like a priest in the zone. Pray to the weeds and the candles tone. Sipping that slithers, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's only promo. Sacrifice fiat, selling in the palm. Orders of alpha, wallets get pumped. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. Now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Bring us the gains. Light up the sky, burn off our chains. Burn off our chains. Burn off our chains. Oh, to the moon, no earthly pains. No earthly pains. No earthly pains. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Eyes wide shut, I'm divine with the place. Spirit in sync with the market's phase. Contours hit, I go full send. Rambo dreams that never end. Fibonacci carved in stone. Sacred trend lines, bullish tone. Sharper whispers in my ear. Take the trade, release the fear. Burn the doubts, bring us the gains. Bring us the gains, the gains. Let the bulls break all our chains. All our chains, real quick. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Let the bulls break all our chains. To the moon with crypto flames. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Pray to the weeks and the candles tone. Sipping that slithers, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's only promo. Sacrifice fiat, selling in the palm. Orders of alpha, wallets get pumped. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. Now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Bring us the gains. Bring us the gains. Light up the sky, burn off our chains. Burn off our chains. Burn off our chains. Oh, to the moon, no earthly pains. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Gods, bring us the gains. Gods, bring us the gains.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. Thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. I am Lunar Beaches Crypto, coming to you live right here on the Piper Academy Network, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday through Thursday. Go over the charts. We go over news. We go over personal life stuff. We go over political stuff sometimes, rarely. We go over everything. Because that's how we like to do it around here. But every day of the week has its own little theme. And today it is TA Tuesday. Now, if you are new here and you are American, you might be thinking, why are you saying Tuesday? It's still Monday. Right. Correct. However, in crypto land, in Bitcoin land, in trading land, it's already a new trading day. So that's what we go off of. We go off of the new trading day. So that's how we do things around here. Viewership is low. What's going on, guys? Pump those numbers up. Someone go share this everywhere right now. Especially to people that may need some help with some things. Now, what is great about the question, please be sure to answer the polling question. We will get to that. I want to see what you guys are struggling with the most. We've got 3 votes. That way I can try and help the best way that I can, to the best of my abilities. Here's that. We are not sponsored by Ghost Energy Drink. Yes, I'm drinking a Ghost Energy Drink at 10 p.m. at night. Don't worry, I will be able to go to sleep. I've got the bull shirt on. Okay. Why? Because I'm a little bullish. I'm a little bullish. But I do come with a warning. Bear trap? No. Bull trap? Maybe. We'll get into it. But before we get into anything, you know what we got to do? We got to bring up the chat. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Bring up the Madhouse. What's going on? Dreamer, how you doing? Thank you for being here, Dreamer. Mike Volmer, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for being here. I know it's late for you. All set, what's going on? My friend, Mad Love, have a wonderful stream. Thank you. Alexandra the mod boss, mod queen in the house. Thank you for being here as always and pinning that link in the chat. Don't forget to join the Piper Academy Discord. Link is pinned in the chat and in the description below me, obviously, because that's where the description always is. IRC Indie Rock Crypto, what's going on? Saying fibs get me because I always second guess how to measure them from bottom to top, but retracements add spice. Yes. We'll go over some fibs. I'll teach you the secret to the fibs. Okay? So, stay tuned. Lost on Crypto, what's going on? Lost on Crypto, thank you for being here. We've got Infinite Team TA. What's going on? Good evening, mister. Good evening, sir. Thank you for being here, everybody. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Arrgh, pirate sounds. What's going on? Infinite Team TA, thank you so much for the $10 Canadian super chat. I think that'll buy me 1 Starbucks coffee. Even if it was real American dollars, it would still only buy me 1 Starbucks coffee. Oh boy. Anyways, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you. Wait, I can like this. Bing. There we go. I can't like this, but I can do that one. Fib night. So, let's see here. We're currently standing at 60% Fibonacci. We've got 5 votes. 60% Fibonacci, 20% market structure, 20% oscillators. Rib night. Hi, Joe Ribs. What's going on, Kelly? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you as always. Wait, what's going on? Why are you doing this? There we go. Those are the ribs in the chat. Thank you all for being here. All right, guys, so let's just go ahead and get into the business. There's 5 people here that are willing to learn. If you don't already know, Infinite Team TA, I imagine probably knows some TA. At least I hope so with a name like that. I got some fire brisket tacos. Ooh, that sounds good. Brisket tacos. Where do you even get that? Texas? Tejas? I call Texas Tejas. Alex Supermod? Yeah, she's the supermod for show. Fib rhymes with rib. Yes, indeed. Locky old ribs, as we like to say. Alright, so the secret to fibs. Wait for it. There isn't one. There's no secret to fibs. You just throw them on here and pray that the level is a hit. What level? I don't know. Because fibs are a mystery to everyone. But not really. To understand where to place fibs, and this is why I asked specifically for the questions that I asked for. Because they all tie in together. Let's say we are in an uptrend, okay? We're creating higher highs and higher lows. Now, what does it mean to create higher highs and higher lows? Well, first, you got to create a high. Then, you have to create a low. Now, in order to create a higher high, you must first breach this high. So you breach that high, you create a higher high. Price pulls back, puts in a low, but this low is not put in or validated until when? Till this high is broken. Once that high is broken, now we have a low. We have a higher low. Because until that high is broken, this low could come all the way down here. It could be anywhere over here. I mean, it could take out all the lows. Until this high is broken, this does not become a new swing low. These are major swing levels. Once you break one, break the high, you create a new high as it pulls back, and then you create the higher low after you break the high. Okay? So, understanding that helps you understand fibs. When you are looking, depending on what you're trying to do with your trading, if you are trying to enter on pullbacks, what you want to do with your fib is you want to wait for a high, a new high, to get put in. Okay? So you want to wait for a high to get broken. Once you have a high get broken and you see price start to pull back, once you see price start to pull back, that's when you go from the last low to the current high, and then you look for the pullback. It's either going to be a 0.382, a 50%, and all the way down to even the 886. What's important is where you see strength come in. You see an engulfing candle on a pullback after price hits one of these major levels. In crypto, you do get a lot of 786s because of the volatility, and a lot of golden pockets for the same reason. On lower time frames. Now on your higher time frames, you're more likely to hit the 50 or the golden pocket and even the 382. Now there's different ways that you can trade this. If you want, you can set orders. You can ladder in. I'm not a big fan of laddering in. I like to just wait and see a reaction off of one of the levels before I consider getting in. But you can ladder in as long as you understand what that is. So let's say you have $100. Okay, we have 4 ladder in zones: the 382, the 0.5, your golden pocket, 618, we'll just call it the 618, and the 786. There's a few different ways you can do this, but you can essentially break this down into 4 different pieces. Okay? Divided by 4. And that would give you 25. So this is how much you're willing to put in on the trade, is the $100. Okay? And each one of these levels is going to be $25. What if it bounces here instead of coming all the way down here? Well, then you only have $75 in on the trade, but then it bounces. And you hopefully make money on the bounce. For me, a good thing to always do is to take some profit at the very next high. So price moves to the upside, take profit at the high once it breaks it. If it breaks it, take something off the table, take some profit, get the pullback, wait for another high to get created, and move your stop loss. Now, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of laddering in, but it can be useful. I know OC does it. It's not like it's the worst thing ever. But yeah, it's not bad at all, actually. I don't know why I said it like that. I love you, gold. 2 Starbucks. Be awaiting now. There we go. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Again, Infinite Team TA. Throwing around the money tonight. Absolutely love it. Appreciate you, sir. Alexander G. I see someone came in. Little Fish. Flat Smack. What's going on? How are y'all doing? You guys are all amazing. Showing love where it's deserved. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. So yeah, that is when you are just trying to trade like an intraday trend. You want to try and pull up that Fibonacci and try to catch some plays off of that. So let's go ahead and go to today. Let's go to the 5 minute. Let's see if there's any kind of play that we could have made off of the 5 here. We just want to, we're not counting waves, we're just doing market structure. Now, technically, we don't create a new high until about right here. That would be like a pullback right there. So, that's a pullback right here. I don't really like it. I really just like this. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low. There we go. All right, from the bottom to this one, what do we get down to? We hold the 0.236. All right. Not really sure if I would have entered on that one though. Let me see a higher high. Okay, now we create a higher high. So this is interesting. Can I click on the, thank you. There we go. There we go. What do we come down to? 0.382. Wait. Yeah, 0.382. And we get a bounce. Okay. Now, if we're hitting 382s all the way up, that means we're doing pretty strong. So let's see what we do with the next one. Take the low, go to the high. Now this one, like I said, you can come all the way down to that 786, even that 886. But we do come down to the 786. Now, when we get down to a 786, and especially, ooh, did we put in equal lows here? Okay, no. Ooh, we almost did. They're relatively equal though. Oof. But yeah, 786, you get the bounce, and then you get the push. Now you can add confluence, and that's where your oscillators come into play. Shout out to Chart Prime. Check out Chart Prime. Link in the description down below. Get 45% off your first month. Infinite Team TA with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Infinite Team TA. I do appreciate you bringing out all of the lurkers, except for Mike Vollmer, not a lurker. Crypto Sammy is lurking tonight, but I know that name. F-Bomb, I know that name as well. The Dusty Hunt, congratulations. B Sleazy, thank you all. Thank you all, lurkers. But that's okay. It's okay. We still love you. Still love you no matter what. All right, so we get the bounce off of the 786. Then we pull back to the golden pocket. And what our oscillator has done during that time is our money flow has pushed to the upside. It breaks the zero line as we are in this consolidation range right on top of the golden pocket. So that is important to note. Then we do get a strong push here on our trend fusion, and that is pretty bullish. I mean, I'm probably already in the trade at this point because we got the bounce, we got the creating a higher low, higher high, and then we pull back all the way down, and we kind of get this kind of little chop. So what this means to me is typically when you kind of start to see a slowdown here, and especially, and then you get a bounce off of that 786, well, you first get an initial bounce there, then you kind of get like a double bottom, and then you consolidate in here. And you could even, I bet you, if we pulled a fib just from this high to, or this low to this high, get down to the 0.5 of that push to the upside. So what you're doing essentially with a fib is you're just taking a range that was created. Okay, so this is like an internal range. Okay, you're just taking that range and you're just putting a fib on it. And then what you're looking for is a pullback of a certain percentage of the range that was just created. So from this most recent low to the current high that we are at right now, we just take fib, pull it up. Let me make sure we're lined up right. There we go. We've been bouncing. Well, we bounced off the, actually, let me do this next one first. Okay, so this one came down, pulled back to the 786. What about this next one? This one, 382, and a big push, and then consolidate at the highs. That is almost a dead giveaway that it's going to go higher. Take this low right here and push up. Now, it is important to note also that I personally do not count a low unless it is at least a 382 pullback. I just don't. Otherwise, it's just like kind of the same, just the same move to the upside. So 382 at least, then I will consider it as a decent pullback for me to gauge off of for the next push to the upside. Now this can come down to the 0.5 or as we can see, kind of created a little bit of a demand zone with this last pullback. This is where you get into supply and demand. So all of these ranges can be seen as supply and demand zones when you take the highs and the lows. So high to low, that's a demand zone. Okay? Now, you can get even finer with it. Wherever the most of the chop is, it's kind of a giveaway of where the volume is. That's where The traders are a trading. So from here, we want to see either a retest of where we broke out from, like right here. You can see you have this slow little grind up and then the big push. So you want to see potentially just a retest of that 0.5. That's a 50% retracement of this level. And then you get the pullback and then a push. Now, if you are to lose this level, then we would look for the next demand zone, which is going to be this previous high to low here for me. I think this one could actually either barely pierce and get a bounce off of the golden pocket, hold that golden pocket, but maybe wick through it, or it'll just come down and come down to the 786, potentially even the 886, because it does have a buildup of lows in here that we do want to watch right here. Did I not do? Why are you not? These lows right here. Let's zoom in on that. Take away the oscillator real quick. So we do see these built up lows in here. Those are always going to be like on my mind of lows that could get swept. So, but if you come down here and you get a nice bounce off of that level, then we're looking pretty good. Now this could be considered part of a larger move, so we could take from this low to this high and add some confluence. And what do we get? That's a golden pocket right there. Golden pocket right there, and at the top of the demand zone, we have the 0.5% retracement of this whole range here. So adding confluence really helps in your trading. Holy crap. Another $5 super chat. This stream needs 1,000 more people in it. Like and share. The man tells you more than he should. What? Wait, what does that mean? Tells you more than you should? I don't understand. And another 5 gifted memberships? Man. Infinite Team TA showing the love tonight. Lee, JD, GG, Andy Lee, Juan Morrison, Lurkers, thank you for joining. Thank you for becoming, or you are now officially alumni, and you have access to the Discord. I'm looking to re-enter into a BTC long. All right. Do we understand fibs from that perspective? So that's just your intraday trading perspective. Okay. Now, if we're looking on a more macro scale, let's go to index. It might be okay. Now, on a macro scale, I mean, it's going to be the same for your pullbacks. Now, I remember how I said earlier, your pullbacks on the macro scale tend to be a little more like 50% retracements. Let's do Bitstamp since, yeah. Now, I'm on the weekly chart from here. All right, let's just go ahead and draw out our market structure. So we go high to low to high to low to high to low to high. Make that yeller. Trading secrets unleashed tonight. All right. Actually, I missed. My bad. High, low. Let's get rid of this arrow. There we go. Now it looks like all one bit. No, it just looks like one thing. Okay. Low to high. And let me go ahead and throw this on premium discount. There we go. Because that's a 50% retracement right there. 50% right there. Next low to high. 50% retracement. Held. Break up. Bullish. Low to high. 50% retracement to the dot. Okay. This one, I think, exceeded it just a bit. And it did, but 50% retracement, held, push higher. We've been doing this over and over and over again. So why would we stop here and consolidate more? I don't know, but it's a possibility. Hi, RS Miller. Hey, RS Miller. What's going on, RS Miller? What's going on, JR? What's going on, my friends? So, yeah. Now, that is for your pullbacks for the fibs. So that's how you determine on your pullbacks. And then you get retracements. Okay, so a retracement, standard. A retracement means when you have price pulled to the downside and you retrace to the upside after taking a low. So pretty much it's a shift in the market structure, and you're looking for a retracement to potentially head lower. Now, obviously, that's not what happened here. I'm just saying that's what you're looking for on your retracements. A retracement is when the price pulls down and you're pulling from high to low. When you're pulling from high to low, these levels are called retracement levels. Once you break the high, you are then into Fibonacci extensions. So you start extending and expanding to the upside. Infinite Team TA gifting another Piper Academy membership. Thank you, brother. I do appreciate you. Bad Doggy, welcome to the alumni. Thank you for being here. So yeah, for retracements, so this, let's do this right here. So this took an internal low, okay? Now this is getting into a little bit of Elliott wave theory, just a little bit, but I could tell that this was corrective structure because we got a nice 3-wave move in here. And then we came down and we took out the internal low, and then we retraced to the upside. Now this retracement was 0.382. And then you get the rollover. What else? What is this also? This is also a bear flag. Bear flag. You take the pole, you go from the break, and then you come down and absolutely nails the target. You get another one. If you have a high within a move like this, take from that high. Oh, this is not going to look, this isn't going to work. Come way past it. We did not get to $11,000. Now, if I play the conservative route, we still overdo it. But this was a tricky situation to begin with. But this one played out. Can't win them all. But I mean, once you break the low, just like once you break a high, you should be taking profit anyway, especially if you're short. And especially if you're short and Bitcoin is down 74%. It might be time to start thinking about pulling those shorts, okay? I'm just saying. Now, with these moves that happened, that occurred to the upside, let's see. Here's our consolidation range, okay? First, we have a little flag here. We can take the little breakout here. We kind of get right up to that spot right there where you get a pullback, but then you get a continuation, okay? Now, what if we take from this whole range here, from this low to this high, and then we expand that further? We do get all of this move At least most of this move. Beautiful. Right? Now what if we just take, let's just do sideways consolidation. Let's just forget about the wicks. Sideways consolidation. Let's just do from that high to the breakout and then move that to here. Same deal, okay? How good are you at pattern recognition? That's what I want to know. Measured move on this is 122,000. Conservative move, it's already played out. The conservative move is when you take it from the low, the last low before you broke out. It's going to be this low. Okay, that's good. That's your conservative measured move. Okay, this low here, this low here. You play it out. So if we take this one, then our conservative move is going to be here. Okay, and then our riskier move is going to be here. I mean, but if it continues higher, then who's complaining? I only trade patterns, nothing else. Oh, wow. So, see? And I actually got away from patterns when I probably really shouldn't have. Because pretty good at it. Pretty good at spotting them. Really, just looking for consolidation ranges. A little bit trickier. You can go from the breakout, and if you do that, I mean, you're holding on for quite some time, and you don't really hit it on that one. So it really kind of does depend on the pattern. But I mean, you do hit on this one eventually. So the point is, always take profit on the breakout. This is not financial advice. But always take profit on the breakout. I did the wrong one on that one. Last low to this high. So break this high. We're taking profit. Well, first you get the breakout, and then look, you consolidate on top of that high. Right here. And this is the 4-hour chart. And so you consolidate on top of that high. That's almost saying it's go time, okay, to continue higher. Now, first take profit is going to be the conservative move, okay? Then you go from where price broke out from. Let me just change this. Let me just move this actually. From where, and change this to white. Price broke out here. You place your flagpole from here to here, and you get all the way up to that next move. I mean, and these aren't small moves either, and these are nice swing trades. I mean, that's a nice 10% gainer. And how much time? From here to here, I mean, we're talking 2 days and 8 hours for 10% gain. On just a 10x, that's 100% gain in 2.5 hours. That's a double up. Is audio cutting out? Refresh. Now, I know patterns get poo-pooed on a lot, but that's mostly because a lot of people just don't know how to trade them, don't know what they're looking for. Don't understand that it's also part of a broader market structure. Same goes for your Fibonacci's. Like everything, almost everything is based off of just your market structure. That's why I shield this indicator a lot. It's free. It's called Fluid Trades, SMC Lite. You it really does help you spot the moves, spot the highs and the lows. Now it's better on a higher time frame, but I mean it can even help you find like consolidation ranges. Let's go to the 1 hour and let's see. See, for me, I see this low and this high. And I think, hey, that looks like a resistance to me. And then I pull this over to the side. Because that is a resistance. But then I also see this consolidation range up here, where it's just chopping around up here. And then it breaks down. When it breaks that low is going to be the low of that consolidation range, and then I just take the high, and then I just pull it out. And you can see it hit here, could have taken a short. Hit here, could have taken another short. You gotta pull it back, you break a low, you put a fib on it, and you pull back to the 0.5, and you push, and you get a harsh rejection. You go short, and you write it down. Take out these lows, take profit here, and then once it starts to go against you, take profit again. Remove all the drawings. Now we can see the choppiness to the upside. I was kind of warning about this last week. I was like, I don't really like the choppiness to the upside, but I like to take in as many lows as possible. I tend to not consider outliers like this. I just like to take in as many highs and lows as possible. Now, if we play the conservative route on this one, on the last high before the breakdown, we nail it, right? You go from the breakout, not so much. So, but if you're moving your stop loss like you should, and you're taking profit as you're taking out lows, especially long-term lows, like range lows like this one over here. So this is going to be a range low that we take out. And now we have a range high that we can take out. And that's what we're looking for. Now we're looking for us to come up and take out that range high. If we don't take out that range high, well, then we might spend a little more time in here. But I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this last night. I think I was on the 15. I was talking about how this was moving up like this, and it was like a leading diagonal. I can bring up the video right now. But I said, this kind of looks like a leading diagonal, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it just do that. And of course, that's exactly what it did. But breakout, what do? Retest. And then it goes. So yeah, what's going on, Harp? Thank you for being here, Harp. Markets, growing capital, it's addicting on a whole other level. What are we talking about now? I love this ish. The plan sucks, do something else. Infinite, you're my only hope. I drool over all time frames. People can't trade them, lol, or use Confluence. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You guys are wilding out in the chat, and I love it. So right now we are looking at retracements. Let's go ahead, pull a fib. Okay. Broke the 786 retracement. To me, that is super bullish. Okay. Patterns. So what did Cool, it draws lines for you. That's time management right there. What's it called again? Fluid Trades by SMC, or Fluid Trades SMC Lite. And stick with the plan. Play the time frame you drool over. People can't trade them or use them for confluence. And that's another thing. Like, patterns also have to have confluence. And that's where your oscillator can come into play. So like if you have this moving up here, you know that you're putting in lows, higher lows and higher highs. Just get rid of that. So you know you're kind of working on something that could potentially be bullish. So what can we look for on our oscillator? Now over this time frame, I'm probably going to want to go to the hourly and see if I can find anything. Okay, so here's the big one. So this is a hidden bullish divergence right here. So we get the trend fusion. We get a low, see this dip and this trend fusion. Then you see this big push down. Now, that is a massive, that might not be hit. No, that's a hidden bullish divergence. So to understand what is happening here with divergences, and I feel like people don't understand it because they don't ever get explained it. They just say, hey, look for this. Look for these things to divert. Cool, but that's not really helping me understand what's going on. So in order to understand what's going on, so an oscillator such as this is the oscillator, okay? The money flows not, I mean, it's not really, I mean, it's kind of an oscillator, but it's kind of not at the same time. But this is your main oscillators, like your RSIs, your MACDs. Those are oscillators, the things that oscillate, okay? That's what they do. They oscillate up and down and up and down. CVDs, stuff like that. What they essentially are momentum trackers. They are tracking the momentum of the market. Now, if for some reason the momentum is not lining up with the price, then you have to consider what could that mean. In this example, we have price, or we have our momentum pushing hard to the downside, okay? And it creates this new low off of this low. But we get a couple of candles that that engulf a few candles. But what's more important is the fact that price, even though momentum pushed lower, price is actually higher. What that is showing is that even though the lack of momentum is there, price is showing strength. And if price is showing strength, that's your divergence. And then you also get that thick money flow coming in at the same time that you're pushing down. And then you create that bullish divergence. And then you push to the upside. You get a pullback. Now we are putting in higher lows and higher highs. And that is something that I like. So first you'll get the bullish divergence. Then you can find potential entry. Now, and it is off of this bullish divergence where we get the push up, we break a high, we get the pullback, and this is where we come to the 786, I believe. No, this was the, yeah, there we go. We come down to the 786, and then big bullish engulfing candle here. Hold the golden pocket, another bullish engulfing candle. I mean, it is just telling you, especially when you got money flow, holding the zero line and creeping to the upside, and you're getting a big U shape on your oscillator, or a V shape in this instance. Okay? But a U shape is typically going to say, hey, we built up some consolidate. We're filling some buy orders in here, essentially. Now this low over here, now people will call this an order block. This last down candle, we could also just take in this whole from that top of that last down candle to the low, and that's a demand zone. That's demand. You get the divergence, bounce off of that. You get the pullback down into the 786, down into demand. You have 3 confluences there. 4 confluences created a higher high, and you're pulling back. Launch. High probability trade right there. Very high probability trade there. Also, you're also creating an upwards channel. You break out of it, it's go time. Where did we lead? Where did we come up to? We come up to, like I said, last low, high, pull across, exactly where we get up to. If we go by fibs, we actually break the 786, which is pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. Once you break the 786 retracement on a macro time frame, yeah, we can chop around, we could even pull back, we could even come down and sweep these lows. But once you break that 786, it becomes even more likely that you're going to push back to the upside. And it very well could come back down into this range before it moves to the upside. So keep that in mind. More pirate sound, matey. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's the best I can do. Rad ram. Short it now for 13 seconds. Long it up. Red ram. Oh, we actually got 29% on market structure. Did we get the market structure? I think we got that down. High, low, high, low, high. That's a low. If we break it, expect more downside. Boom, 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 boom. Come back up to that same low. More downside. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Don't overcomplicate trading or charting. Simple as. So now oscillators, we've pretty much gone over the market structure, supply and demand for the most part. Which is, like I said, your demand is just going to be your lows. Boom, demand. And then supply, it's your highs. Okay. And yeah, there you go. All right, let's do a quick market rundown and then we will get out of here. So Bitcoin did break above 110 today. Excellent. I think it actually didn't break 111. It might have on some other exchanges. What is Ethereum doing right now? Is Ethereum moving? Ethereum looks like it's ready to go. It's Ethereum's turn. Ethereum's gonna go. Maybe. We'll see. Now for this one, let's just go ahead and mark this out. I'm just gonna do remember, as many lows as possible. It doesn't really matter as far as that goes. I'm still going to take this high and take this last low. Conservatively, that should get us up to $3,668. Non-conservatively, that should send us to a new high at 4,319. New local high. And of course, I do think we are eventually going to go there because we do have these equal highs up here. So, yep, just awaiting. Just awaiting. I think Ethereum might be ready to get going. Our total too, our altcoin market did break out, guys. It did break out yesterday. So now we see if we get the pullback today or get some continuation. Kind of looks like it wants to roll over. Could be rolling over. We do see a bit of a bearish divergence here where our oscillator puts in lower high. And now our price is putting in a higher high. Okay. So if we're reading a bearish divergence, it's the same thing. So you got momentum. Now we see our price create dramatically create a higher high. However, our oscillator did not create a higher high, showing that the momentum is kind of waning. Now, for me, it's not waning a whole lot. It's kind of showing that we have just as much strength here as we had here, which means we could see that pullback like we got here before the move to the upside. Is this one of those rare instances where we get into the, I mean, obviously it did get into the platinum pocket, but this is also an index chart, so just, yep, did just break it. 50% from absolute low to this high. Yeah, ugly. Just not taking that one. Break the high. We go here. Low. Pull back to the 0.5 and then get going. But yeah, bearish divergence at the very least. With money flow still being kind of thick, but we do kind of have a divergence in our money flow too a little bit. If that money flow starts to come out more, then yeah, well, I mean, after a breakout, we should expect a retest or at least a pullback instead of watching for like imbalances. I mean, you can pull the imbalance. I mean, yeah, we do have like a fair value gap in here. That's not going to do me any good. What I want to see is pull back to the 382, which does get into that imbalance candle. But more importantly, do we come back and test a high? That's a whole consolidation range right there that we could get into before we move higher. So be careful the rest of this week. We might pull back for the rest of the week. Monday, they'll say it's the false move. I guess you could consider it a false move for the week because it's like starting off the week really bullish, only for the rest of the week to be bearish and consolidate. Actually, we could finish this tomorrow because this is, I mean, this is Wednesday. This is market open Wednesday right here. So tomorrow could be a down day, and then we get continuation on Wednesday. Or and then go. Maybe we wait till really late in the week. Point is, I think we get a pullback before we continue higher. We'll see. I wouldn't enter though mid-range. Okay, now that we've gotten the pump, we've gotten the breakouts, the highs, and of the downward sloping resistance here. We want to look. We want to wait for a proper pullback. And what I'll do is, if this continues higher, is I'll just continue to take this up higher and higher and higher. Some people will take from this low because it's technically the last swing low before you pushed higher. Don't necessarily disagree there. But I mean, you're going to end up around the same levels anyway. So as far as like the levels that you're watching for, like the 382 and the 0.5, like, I mean, you're just making it a little bit tighter on this one. But you're also not giving yourself enough room for this whole little range to play out. But anyways. End poll. Alright, guys. I do very much hope that you got some value out of tonight's stream. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Man, that hour flew by. I guess when you're teaching, time tends to fly by. I should charge you guys for this stuff. Just kidding. Just kidding. If you have a Piper Academy membership, then you can learn from me in the Discord. Please, for the love of all things holy, join the Discord, link in the description. But for the love of all things holy, the best way, if you just tag me, guys. I'm not very talkative unless people talk to me. Like when it comes to like asking, like, because I don't know what people are looking for. I mean, I guess I could just, you know, come up with some stuff, but I like to meet people where they are. I like to help people where they are, because everybody's in a different part of their trading journey, and it's best if I can come to you or you come to me with what you're wanting to learn, and if I know it, I will do my best to teach it. So come to the Discord, you can tag me, and I'll be absolutely it'd be my pleasure to help you out. So I just spew what I'm into. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the content, man. Good stuff. I appreciate y'all. Y'all too good. I should probably take this whole video down and just turn it into a static video. This is probably one of my better ones. Let us grow. Absolutely love it. Let's all grow together. Let's all grow together. I mean, will continue to be on my trading journey, even if I get it all figured out. I will always be on my trading journey. So, Loku Montana, what's good, fellas? What's good? Thank you for joining right at the end. I appreciate it. Don't want to. I don't want. I'm not mean. I just blew 50% of my account, bruh. Why? We're not gonna. Next lesson will be on risk management. Thank you guys for joining me. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for showing up and showing out in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. Really killing it. Shout out to Infinite Team TA for all the gifted memberships and the super chats. I really do appreciate that, brother. And yeah, let's or that's it, guys. I never know how to end these things, so I just kind of just say, oh, tomorrow, Good Morning Crypto with BC Port Corp. Then we'll have maybe a continuation of the OC takeover. Maybe Piper will be by himself. Maybe it'll be both. I don't know. It's a surprise every single day because Piper's still in the middle of moving. But and I'm sure setting up his studio. But we'll have the morning market report, and then we'll have trading with OC, and then we'll be right back here for Wildcard Wednesday on Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. Mad love, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. Peace out. Bye.
Eyes on the chart like a priest in the zone. Praying to the weeds and the candles tone. Sipping that slithers, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's only promo. Sacrifice fiat, summon in the palm. Autos of alpha, wallets get pumped. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. Now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Bring us the gains. Light up the sky, burn off our chains. Burn off our chains. Burn off our chains. Oh, to the moon, no earthly pains. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Eyes wide shut, I'm divine with the place. Spirit in sync with the market's phase. Contours hit, I go full send. Lambo dreams that never end. Fibonacci carved in stone. Sacred trend lines, bullish tone. Chart brand whispers in my ear. Take the trade, release the fear. Burn the doubts, bring us the gains. Bring us the gains, the gains. Let the bulls break all our chains. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Let the bulls break all our chains. To the moon with crypto flames. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Gods, bring us the gains. Gods, bring us the gains. Eyes on the chart like a priest in the zone. Praying to the weeks and the candles tone. Sipping that slithers, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's only promo. Sacrifice fiat, summon in the palm. Autos of alpha, wallets get pumped. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. Now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh, moon gods, bring us the gains. Bring us the gains. Bring us the gains. Light up the sky, burn off our chains.